page 1 here, but
I think he finished 50-something.
I think we did find out that, right? He finished 50th.
Yep.
So nice money finish for Ishida, who's just been a consistent money finisher on the Pro Tour for a number of years, one of the most successful Grand Prix players of all time.
Yeah, I mean, we inducted the second class of the Hall of Fame here this weekend, and he was next. He was in a virtual tie for 6th place on this ballot this year.
Let me tell you, if there was another Japanese player a full year off, if Fujita wasn't looming in the year 3 class, I believe Ishida might have gotten in this year. But so many of the Japanese players, as much as they can't wait to see a Japanese player in the Hall of Fame,
right?
I believe emotionally it should be Fujita.
Interesting.
You know, more so than Nakamura, more so than Ishida.
Right.
You know, Fujita has really been the public face of modern Japanese Magic. He was the first guy to get into a Pro Tour finals. He's made multiple Pro Tours. He's just made Japanese decks popular and accessible on the rest of the world. He's, you know, he's just one of the most popular players of all time, I believe.
I'll buy that. And he finished 10th this weekend.
Oh, 10th. He has so many 9ths and 10ths.
Yeah, he really does. Yeah, he's a guy, I mean, the year 3 class has been talked about by a number of people. Really tough class. And, you know, just about any other year, Fujita would be a lock. I have heard some people saying, you know, maybe he's 6 or 7. Maybe he's on the outside looking in. But, I mean, he keeps putting up 10th place finishes, and it becomes almost impossible not to vote for him.
Yeah. He's, you know, he made his Pro Tour debut at Worlds in 1998 season.
Right.
Right after Mines in L.A. He had a top 16 finish, which is a top 32 finish in Washington, D.C.
Team tournament, yeah.
Team tournament. And then he's 40th in New York. Oh, that's not a very impressive finish.
It took him a while until Tokyo.
He doesn't really have, he has a 26th. He has a top 32 in Worlds, right? And then he finishes 2nd in Tokyo, 14th in Osaka, you know, a number of top 64 finishes.
Makihito Mahara is taking a mulligan in Game 5.
And then just rattles off a string of finishes. 9th in Columbus. 10th this weekend. I don't know. Yeah, he's just, remarkable player.
Applesauce King is wondering where he can get some of the sleeves that Nassif and Mahara are using. I'm sure the fine folks at Ultra Pro are glad to hear people want them. The Magic branded sleeves are a product they came out with just a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
they've been giving them out for free to all the Pro Tour players, just for exactly this sort of a product.
I have a couple packs that I brought home with me from the last event, and I use them in the office when we draft, and people have been very very envious.
Yeah?
Yeah. I haven't shared them, and I won't.
All right, Gabriel Nassif and Makihito Mahara are off.
Oh, there's a Weathered Wayfarer. We have not seen Weathered Wayfarer in this top 8 before, have we?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he may have shown up in one of the 2 off-camera games, one of the 2 or 3 off-camera hours, but I don't believe he's seen play.
Turn 1 Lotus Bloom from Mahara. Gabe certainly got the ability to go Wayfarer up a land here if he wants to.
Yep.
And he does.
So his clock right now is that Lotus Bloom, right?
I would think so.
He has to gain some life and have a Wrath ready.
Yep.
For the turn that Lotus Bloom comes into play.
Now Gabe's got a Martyr in his hand, so yeah, he just put Hallowed Foundry into play untapped. Paid the 2 life in order to get the Martyr down now. Interesting play. Couldn't use the planes for that Martyr because then it would turn off the Wayfarer. Wouldn't be able to go get the land. How many white cards does he have in his hand? Is that only 1? I just see a Disenchant. Oh, does he Disenchant Lotus on upkeep? We may see that.
Wow.
We may see Disenchant Lotus on upkeep.
I mean, that's the only possible target for it. And I mean, is there another target for... No, it is just there to Disenchant Lotus Bloom during upkeep. That's fascinating. What a great sideboard plan.
Gabe's also got a Remand. He's got a couple of land, 3 colorless lands. And
the problem with that is he gives an extra spell to Storm if Mahara has the utterly crazy draw.
Oh, he just drew Proclamation. That's his second white card, and obviously it's the combo. Yeah. All right, so Gabe gets his beat on.
This game is still pretty close.
Here comes the Lotus. I mean, we're hitting the crucial couple of turns.
Go.
Counter on the fetch land. Lotus resolves. I think Gabe's trying to figure out, does he sack Martyr first? I mean, that's 3 life.
He could also remand it.
Oh, he can remand the Lotus. Oh, that's tight. That's the play, right? Remand it now and disenchant it later?
He can also spell burst it for 1.
I'm at 8. Yeah, it comes in.
Yeah. Nope, he's going to let it
He's going
resolve.
to disenchant it.
And it costs him 3 life.
Interesting. Yeah, it does not sack the Martyr. Oh, it's Ritual Dragonstorm.
So, I mean, we keep saying Ritual.
Does he get to 9 mana off those rituals? He does not, right?
We keep saying Ritual, but when we should say Ritual is kind of a little jargony term
Sorry.
that people might not understand. And when we say Ritual, we mean any type of mana accelerant that costs basically where you get more mana than what you put into it as an instant. So, Rite of Flame, Seething Song are all considered rituals, and it's an homage to the original Dark Ritual.
So with that Lotus Bloom, Mahara would have been able to go up to Dragonstorm right now.
Yeah.
Without it, however, he's forced to just ship the turn.
So he cracked it, put some counters. He
Right.
cracked it in response, put a counter on his Dreadship Reef, and then sunk the other 2 mana into his Dreadship Reef to remove 0 counters.
Yeah, apparently you're not the only one to think of that play.
Yeah, I didn't think I was.
Wow, Wrath of God off the top. There's another white card. Disenchant. Wow. I'm actually surprised he disenchanted instead of remanding. I think I might have remanded there.
Remand is 3
Draws-
more life,
Yeah, it
plus
draws him a
possibly
card.
6 life.
Right, it's probably like 4 life on average or something. But Nassif wanted to get rid of the Lotus, so
16. Go.
And the 1/1s are getting their beat on. Again.
Nassif's sitting on remand and the ability to sack and gain 6. He's also got a spell burst, but only the 1 blue mana, so cannot both remand and spell burst.
14. Yeah, go.
Only 18 life for Gabe. He's normally at 20 something, closing in on 30 by now. Still building up to the Proclamation mana. The Spaz is noticing the Proclamation of Rebirth prices rising rapidly on Magic Online. As we speak, the market is adjusting.
Yeah, the Snow White deck, while people have played it, it has not been a pervasive deck, so I think it may have even been a little under the radar for a lot of players. I mean, this is certainly going to become the defining Snow White deck, I think.
Sure.
You're going to see a Teferi here, maybe.
Take.
Nope.
Get him.
Yeah, Weathered Wayfarer delivered up the only blue mana Gabe's seen this game. He's got 3 counters in his hand, or 3 pseudo counters anyway. Luckily, he got the Wayfarer for once.
Giga Drowse is still a little scary for him here.
Sure. Yeah, he can gain 6 and put himself at 24.
But if there's 5 spells from Mahara,
Right. That's not
that'll
good
be
enough.
game.
And the Wayfarer's been turned off. Mahara's not been keeping pace with Gabe's land drops.